February. So pretty much spent the month entirely in Twin Falls. Did go to Salt Lake for a couple of days, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the weather was super shit in Twin Falls. There was a lot of snow, a lot of wind, really cold. Really wasn't that much going on. On February 1st, Phil's drone went in after being attacked by birds.
Oh, this is so awesome. I know it's super illegal, but... So I was flying it today and a bird attacked it and it crashed down under a bridge.
And then less than a week later, my drone went in after being attacked by birds. Getting some nice scenic shots, and as I was coming back, this flock of pigeons just started swarming around it. And I was flying pretty fast trying to get out of the way of them, and I ended up hitting a tree, and it just fell about 15 feet down onto the ground. And now it's fucked. If anybody does ever watch this video and they're thinking about buying a product from DJI, I strongly recommend that you get their care package for whatever product. Phil's drone was significantly more beat up than mine, and his repair only cost 79 bucks, whereas mine cost 371 bucks because I didn't have the care package. The second thing I'd recommend is stay the fuck away from pigeons. I had no idea that before I got a drone that pigeons were an issue, or just birds in general. This month I officially launched my new business, Base Gear, and surprise, surprise, it's a base jumping company. When I first started jumping, one of the things I quickly realized was that there was no one-stop shop for base. You kind of have to piece products together from several different sources. So my goal with this company is to provide everything for base in one place. And aside from now being a dealer from all major manufacturers within base, I've started to support brands and products that I believe are the most functional and practical for base jumping. Currently, there's no companies that, like protective gear companies or clothing companies or footwear companies that market directly towards base jumping. You kind of have to get stuff that's made typically for hiking, skiing, snowboarding, all of that kind of stuff. So I've started out with POC or POC, 510 and Prana as being my flagship companies or my foundational companies, and I'm going to grow out from there. I'm testing several different products and in communication with other companies, so that's everything is going to grow from there essentially. If you want to check us out, you can visit us at basegear.net, follow us on Instagram at basegear, or go facebook.com/basegear.net. I'll be posting pretty much daily about the products that I have. Over time I'm going to start doing product reviews, and hopefully everything will just grow. Here's a little shot of my retail space in Twin Falls. It's super small, super ghetto, just the way I like it. I think that a lot of times when people are starting into a new venture, everybody tries to be fancy from day one and they want everything to be perfect. I'm much more of the mindset to get an idea, run with it, and then you can always make adjustments as you go. Anyways, sales have been pretty good so far. Actually way better than I was expecting for the first couple of weeks, which is awesome. This month I've also been putting in a decent amount of time practicing my flips, all with the goal of eventually having them translate into my jumping. After a lot of frustration and kind of self-coaching and assessment through video and watching YouTube tutorials, I was actually able to find a coach here in Twin Falls at Fierce Athletics. Owner's name is Starla. She was able to help me out a lot. And in just 2 sessions with her, she was able to take my backflip from this to this to this to this.
Better. Oh my goodness, you were probably 4 inches away from your goal.
Yeah.
Not even, probably 2 inches.
Almost. So I think that self-assessment video, watching video tutorials on YouTube or anywhere else on the internet is all super helpful, but getting hands-on coaching from a professional is second to none in my opinion. As a piggyback onto that, I also went to Salt Lake City. I met with a diving coach there, Ted, from the University of Utah, and I had a couple of sessions with him, and he was just working on the basics of diving and going over body mechanics and everything like that. Again, all with the goal of eventually translating back into my jumping. It was super humbling and super frustrating to feel like I was back at stage 1 again, but I feel like as I start to combine all of these elements and apply them to base jumping, that it can only help me out in the long run. And yeah, did a little bit of jumping here and there. I have a new OSP that I've been playing with. I've only got about 20 jumps on it so far, so I can't give a true assessment, and I'm still deeply in love with my Outlaw, so it's going to take a long time to transition over and just kind of learn the different flight characteristics between each one, but having a lot of fun with it. I went on a few night missions here and there with the boys, which I'm not going to talk about.
Sorry, will you gear check me?
I also dropped a new edit this month. This is my 10th base jumping edit, which is pretty cool considering I'm just coming up on 3 years, and having made 10 videos about it, it's really cool to just be now in the double-digit numbers for that kind of stuff. Love making those videos. A lot of time goes into them. I've thrown their link up on the screen here, so feel free to check that out. What else? So next month is looking pretty busy. We've got a couple of courses running here at Snake River Base Academy, and my girlfriend's coming to see me for a couple of days, which I'm super excited about. And after that, I'm probably going to take a couple of the boys on their first trip to Moab. So next month, instead of making one video review, I'm going to make 2 videos. One leading up unto the point that we go to Moab, and then I think a first trip to Moab kind of warrants its own video, so I'll make another one for that. Same as last month, there's going to be a blog post that will accompany this post. You can check it out at nowayisway.com. If you are watching this video months after it's been released, there's a tab at the top that says 2017 vlog. You can click in there and scroll down through the months, and the links will all be in that. This month was much different than last month. There wasn't much going on, so I just kind of shot an overall video review like this, instead of the way last one was kind of like a progressive, this is what I'm doing today. But this month I was in the office most of the time, just writing code and fucking around with different things in my new company. So as this little project unfolds over the year, aside from making sure that I release at least 1 video a month, I'm going to make sure that each video is kind of a little bit different than the previous ones. Hopefully it's not just going to be me talking at the camera, because that's super boring to watch. It's super boring for me to make. I way prefer to have a bunch of stuff that I can make really cool edits and have like 2 or 3 mini montages within it. But anyway, stay tuned for all of that. Again, check out the website, nowayisway.com.